You know what my guess is?
What?
How do you spell Weller?
Oh, W-E-L-L. Delicious.
And I could be totally wrong. That's what we talked about. We are not necessarily your facts people, and I could be totally wrong.
Hello, and welcome everyone to episode 142 of the Mashup, the best bourbon conversation you're going to hear all week long. Kenny, we are your hosts, Kenny, Anthony, and Steven. Hello, fellas.
Hello, gents.
Hi, guys.
Hello.
You just try to make me laugh at the beginning all the time, don't you?
I do.
There's no try.
Yeah, you don't have to try
I
very
like
hard.
your laugh,
do you?
though, man. It's sincere. I really do.
Well, it is sincere because you guys are funny fellas, and I have a good time when we're hanging out. So,
That's so
All right.
sweet.
One quick update before we get to before we start the show.
well, this sounds serious. Go ahead.
does.
Yeah, it's very breaking news.
So before we record it, we tried this Old Stubborn once again.
Oh, you're leading off with that.
I am.
Shots
Okay.
fired.
Shots fired. Oh, better call the detectives and the homicide unit.
I think it is negatively aged.
Yeah, here's the thing. Okay.
This, I'm going to let you go, then I'm going to go.
All right. Here's what I'm going to say. So, best of episode and old stubborn review.
Go back and listen.
Go back and listen if you hadn't. We had high hopes for it. And then
Episode 139 was the best of?
I think it was
think so.
139, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And so at that time, Kenny, I think myself, you, Steven, and Alves all said we'd like to try it again at some point in time. So here we are weeks later.
Weeks later. And it's supposed to open up after
Right.
about a week
5 to 8
plus.
days, supposedly.
Yeah, 5 to 8 days. Then we're on Easy Street. And,
At least 3 weeks.
At least 3 weeks.
We are past that point.
Yeah, we're past the point. So when we were getting ready to switch over, getting our mics switched off, changing clothes, doing all the things we do between episodes, I poured some out because it's sitting here. And I thought, okay, what better time
Let's
to try
see.
it? No,
Yeah.
let's see.
And he blinded me with it.
And I blinded Kenny with it.
And that's how I knew what it was.
He did.
I did.
He knew what it was. He guessed exactly what it was. And then he actually tried it before I had the chance to. And then I tried it. And I was like, oh, no. And then I handed the glass to Steven, and he nosed it and went, what? What did you say,
The
man?
most appalling thing I've smelt in forever.
Oh, man, that's pretty bad. And so it's a mixture of the peanuts have definitely gotten more, I don't know, they've
Crotchy?
turned.
Crotchety?
They're crotchety. Yeah. They've turned a little bit. And the
Peanuts
earth,
have gotten itchy.
yeah,
Triple gold bond.
oh man, they've gotten itchy, and the earth has come up, and it's just a very. I've never tasted anything like it, and that's not in a good way.
So I think our review still holds.
yeah, it holds. We were passes that night. I think Alves was the only one who said
Give it a
that he would
try.
give it a try, and now I'm a a negative pass, pass minus.
So the night we tried it, it was open one day.
Yeah,
I had it again maybe at day 5, and it was not good at all.
right.
I had it again on Mosik's podcast. I think it was me, him, and Alves.
Okay.
And it was day maybe 8, 9.
Oh, that was supposed to be the sweet spot.
And my score would have gone from a 3 to maybe a 5 that
Oh
night.
wow, okay.
To a
So
5,
the 8 day
to a
was
5.
that was good.
But now that it's like 3 weeks open, my score is down to a 1 or a 2.
So you think it's already skunked?
This is Malort level.
Oh, man.
No offense to Ed.
Yeah, I know.
This is Malort level, man.
Yeah,
So,
it's one of those things where we try to give you updates. We try to stay honest, and I really wanted to like this, and that's why
wanted to
was
like it.
so excited to pour it again.
yes.
And it disappointed, but not everything is disappointing.
Kenny, take us somewhere. You went somewhere recently.
Yes,
Bring us happy
exactly.
thoughts.
Exactly.
I have been to a few places. Let's see. We're talking about OBC?
Well, we could talk
Yeah,
about
you know me?
OBC. You went to
You know OBC?
yeah, you know
Every
me.
last time.
Well, you went to a dinner at OBC. We can talk about that. You
Yeah.
also have frequented some of the new spots in town. So
Oh,
kinda-
yes. Okay,
kinda
so
think- enlighten us because
I've had a few
I haven't had a
good-
chance to talk to you about it. I know Steven hasn't, so we want to hear about it. We want to
all
hear
right.
about what you're doing, man, about the town.
Yep. So a couple things. My boy Dexter
Yes, sir.
and Obstinate Sons.
Not from the TV show, right?
No. He could be, though.
Oh,
There you go. Watch
He
out.
could be.
He could
No.
be, yeah, no.
So Dexter Murray, his family was American forever, tons of other restaurants.
Great.
Josie's, is his sister Josie and the Josie's restaurants and all that. So
those are good places.
he has now they're officially opened the Obstinate Sons down in Chevy Chase, next
Yes.
door to like Liquor Bar and Josie's. Mm-hmm. I went to their soft opening, and the place is beautiful on the inside. Pours were great. He specializes in dusty bars, but also with some current stuff.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
The food is off the charts. I believe the gentleman's name's Cannon. I believe he was like the Cannon Applegate, Cannon
Okay.
something.
Okay.
He was like the big. He was one of the big chefs at Merrick forever. So, but the food is awesome. So that's going to be a very, very good place to go.
Oh, man.
I also
That's on
went-
my way out of campus. So
Dude, it's so good.
Into campus and out of
I'm
campus,
telling you,
depending what
man.
time he opens. That might
They
be
have a lunch special.
You've got
I'm gonna go there all the
Josie's,
time.
Bourbon and Toulouse, and Obstinate Sons right there together.
Oh yeah, that's a good. That's a good
so
trio
good.
right there.
I also went to Eric Ostrander's new place.
Okay.
It's the physical location of Paddock Bourbon Club.
Oh, I've heard about that.
And it has like a retail store on the front side.
Okay.
A lot of good bottles, a lot of store picks, some hard to get allocated. And the back, it's like a old school. It's kind of like it looked like a library. A lot of good. He has a lot of barrel picks. He has memberships available. They're online. I'm not sure. There's different levels of membership.
Right.
You can just go in, have some pours at a discount. Another level of membership is you go in and you can bring friends with you. Then you can also go in as barrel picks and different things like that. You can get notification of like allocated bottles at a discount, that kind of stuff. But the place was really cool as well. So I went to Obstinate Sons and the Paddock Bourbon Club, and it was pretty fun. Pretty cool stuff in Lexington happening.
Yeah, that's awesome because a lot of the bourbon bars are where they're closer to downtown, right?
Yeah.
And these are in areas that are. Where's Eric's at? Where's a Paddock Bourbon Club?
Red Mile and South Broadway.
So not quite
Right at the
downtown,
corner
like
there.
kind of the corner,
Not downtown,
like, not
right.
downtown.
Just outside, though.
Yeah, and I kind of like that when they're a little bit outside of downtown
Yeah.
because you don't have to worry about like parking. I mean, let's face it, Lexington downtown parking, it's not like it's not like New York City, but it's still not great.
Not great.
Yeah, and when you get to the outlying areas, it gets more accessible. It's more enjoyable, in my opinion. And Chevy Chase is a classic place, and I'm sure over there that's an up and coming area over by Red Mile and the corner on South Broadway. There's a lot of commerce over there, so I'm really rooting for those guys. They're really good guys. I've met both of them. Don't know them very well, but I think I met Dexter over here, and then I actually
Dexter's so awesome.
traded a bottle with Eric one time
Yeah.
for a mutual benefit. So that was really awesome. They're both good guys, and really rooting for them, their success for sure.
Definitely.
So, boys, we did not have any reviews this week, but Anthony,
Yeah, I mean, the reviews that we talk about and our listeners, we don't always have to have them coming through Apple Podcasts to talk about them. So I wanted to highlight a couple members of our community who have reached out to us on Facebook. The first one I want to mention is Robert W. He messaged us and said that we should review Green River Weeded Bourbon. He said they have a good story and they have a rye coming out soon. And he also said, I enjoy the podcast. Keep up the good work. We appreciate that very much. And I don't know, do you guys know anything about Green River?
you know what? I had over Christmas, I always have buddies come in town, from high school that they've gone, their own stuff, and we always come back for Christmas.
Okay.
And it's usually a big group. We get together and just, raise hell around downtown till 3 hours a night.
You raising hell down there, huh?
All right, so we hit up District 7 down on Manchester Street.
Nice.
And they have some good pours. So a guy that I've become friends with, we sat at the bar and we kind of did a little bourbon journey together.
Okay.
And we pulled up the Green River.
Okay.
And it was our third pour, so I'll give you that.
Uh-huh.
But it was way better than the initial reviews I thought gave it. So I think we should do maybe an episode on it.
Okay, we'll have to mark that down.
Yeah.
Get a Green River in there. Give the people what they want. And so, in addition to Robert, we also heard from Jesse L., who has messaged us before, and he said it would be great to hear our take on Hardin's Creek, the James B. Beam Hardin's Creek, which was the 2-year-old bourbon. Sounds like a trap to me, Jesse.
2-year-old?
Yeah, the 2-year-old one.
Negative.
Negative. Kenny says negative.
Not happening.
But wait a minute, Kenny. He said
There's more.
he said he could see Kenny blinding a bunch of things alongside it. He said he finished his comment by saying that he and his
Like the old
college
stubborn?
I hope not. He listen to this, guys. He finished his comment by saying that he and his college buddies use our show as a way to stay connected.
Sweet.
Oh,
which I thought was
that's
freaking
awesome.
amazing. So he's,
That is.
when you go your separate ways after college, kind of like you're saying, you met up with your buddies and you go out.
So dead serious, I will go look for, because I'm not buying a bottle of that.
Yeah.
I'll go look for a sample of that.
Okay.
And we can blind that and use that.
Yeah, we might
Well,
not do a full episode on it, but we should
right.
definitely mix it in because
Yeah.
I will say this. I'll give a little shout out to Jason and Matt over at Arsenic Culture. They recently did an episode where they compared that there was a trio like of 375s that released.
I have those.
You have those? Okay.
I have the whole trio.
Well,
Those are the old ones.
they reviewed those. And Jason actually said, I'm not trying to put words, go listen to their episode, but he said he liked that 2-year-old James B. Beam better than some of the ones in that 375 set. So that he did say
Really?
that. Yeah, he did
Because
say
the
that.
trio is the old stuff.
It is old
It's
stuff.
old.
Yeah, and it's also
Okay.
aged in different areas and stuff like that.
I gotcha.
Yeah, so they'd put an episode out on it recently, and so maybe we can figure out a way to work that in.
I think also they eat like crickets on their show. So I'm not sure how much I can take for.
Kenny, be nice.
No, we sending some love over there.
I like Jason, dude. I really do. I like Jason.
Even though
I'm
you
just
don't like his
teasing.
diet.
Nah, I like Jason for real. I'm just messing with him.
Yeah.
But if you'd like a shout out, just leave us a review on Apple Podcasts, Instagram, however, and when next time we record, we'll give you a shout out.
Absolutely.
So, boys, we have a very interesting bottle this week.
I can't wait.
It is one of those celebrity bottles that comes across the scene every once in a while. Mm-hmm. And so for this week, we have a bottle of Traveler's Whiskey.
Oh, yeah. There we go.
I was waiting for you to say it.
Back in the saddle. So we have the Traveler Whiskey, subtitle, blend number 40. The distillery is Buffalo Trace Distillery. A Sazerac alert. The bottle date is 2024. The ABV is 45%. The proof is 90. This is non-age stated. There is no mash bill. It's a blend of different product under the Sazerac umbrella. And the MSRP is $39.99.
So, wait, do I need to take cover instead of bomb?
Uh-oh.
So this is $40. Is it easy to get?
So it started off not easy to get.
Okay.
And when, of course, when it first came out, what was the most egregious thing you saw, Kenny, when it first came out? Because I wasn't
most
up on it.
egregious thing I saw
Yeah,
were regular online liquor stores having them in stock for $40 plus $8, $10 shipping, and people were paying $80 to $90 per bottle on secondary. I'm like, you could literally go to a website and buy this for like $40 less, $30 less. People were so stupid.
Couple of bins on them at higher dollar. and I was
That's
like,
crazy. Ignorance.
Yeah. So it is more available now.
Okay, that's good to hear.
And it was supposed to be. It's fashioned to be, according to everything I've read. It's supposed to be a regular on the shelf product.
So the bottle, okay? There's nothing special about the glass, but for some
It
reason,
looks good though.
But for some reason, the way they've done the sticker, and maybe the cork color, because the cork I think is very good in this bottle, looks very good.
It's good, isn't it? Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
it
it's
is.
simple,
Yeah.
but for some reason it can stand out. I don't know why.
Did either of you guys have a different viewpoint than you do? So hand that bottle over to me. Did either of you guys notice the sticker in the back?
Oh, it's a large sticker.
It's a big sticker. There's
But
a
look
face
through
through it.
look through the front of the glass at the back of the bottle.
Oh,
Oh, see, I could see it from over here because you guys are closer to the bottle.
it's a map.
It's a map.
Where's it a map to?
I don't know. Here, let me hold it on this side so Steven can see it too.
Tennessee whiskey.
You see it?
It's a map of Tennessee.
whiskey.
It's a map of. Well, it says Lexington.
It says smooth. I guess it says Lexington, Frankfurt.
I don't
the whole
know
area.
what the other stuff is though. Is it Rivers?
It's a map to wherever the Emmer wheat's at.
Speaking of emerald wheat,
There you go.
Wait.
my little OBC dinner had Daniel Weller.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah.
we'll save that for another episode.
Okay, sounds good. Sounds good.
Yeah, it's got a map in the back. That's pretty cool. So
Yeah.
So I guess we didn't say who this was. The celebrity bottle this is.
We
we
didn't.
did
Not
not?
yet.
Yeah.
No, we didn't. Yeah.
All right, so guys, this bottle is a celebrity bottle,
Oh, yeah.
and so it's of Chris Stapleton.
Ah, yeah. He's a native Kentuckian.
He is. And
Yeah.
he's risen. He's become very well known now,
Right.
and so now, of course, you need a bourbon.
Well, you need a bourbon, you need a whiskey, you need something connected to Buffalo Trace, whatever it is. We're not sure what it is yet, but the presentation of it is pretty nice. It's simple, But that map in the back, Buffalo Trace, you know how
That's actually really cool. I didn't notice that, but it's really neat.
do you know how we joked around though? This whiskey's light enough with George T. Stagg. You know, you got the picture of Stagg in the background, but you got to drink it down to see Stagg. You can't see him through the glass.
You know,
like
I kind of
that.
wish we could see Stapleton do that with
Yeah,
his beard and his hat, and his jacket.
Next edition of Traveler, BT, if you're listening, you need to have Stapleton with his beard and everything in his
Or maybe
glory.
on the map have one of like the points of interest. Maybe have like a little face of him.
Right.
Yeah. But this cork though, it's like a very light wood.
Oh, yeah.
It looks really good. I think that's what kind of like sets it off because you're not used to seeing like light white. I don't know if it's what wood it is, white oak or whatever. But on top it has his initials, Chris Stapleton.
Okay.
So, of course, Traveler references the album.
Yeah, I think it's his 2015 album, but what I don't understand is why did they spell it with 2 L's? Are they British? Do we need to get our friend John Walmsley in here to tell us about why it's spelled with 2 L's or not?
You know, my guess is
What?
how do you spell Weller?
Oh, WELL. Delicious.
And I could be totally
ER.
wrong. That's what we talked about. We are not necessarily your facts people, and I could be totally wrong. But that's the first thing that popped in my mind is you spell Weller with 2 L's,
That's
so you
true.
spell Traveler with 2 L's.
But I mean,
right?
his actual album, I think from 2015, actually spells Traveler with 2 L's. So we have
does
to
it?
figure out, why the heck it's like that, because that's a British spelling of Traveler.
So
That's
if
not
you take
English.
the TRA off and double the V, you got Weller, right?
Kenny, you would.
That's right.
Oh, now all I'm thinking about is that delicious Weller. Yeah.
I see on the map it says Lot B back there for some reason.
There you go, Lot B. Is that a map to Julianne Van Winkle's estate?
Oh, I do see Lexington.
There you go.
And there's my house. All right. Cool.
So, have you guys heard any of the rumors about this bottle?
I've heard a few things.
Yeah. Steven, have you heard anything?
No, I've not.
So one of the rumors, and I hate to be cliche about this because it's everywhere on the internet, and I've even seen it in some reviews, but people thought because this is not labeled as a, Kentucky straight bourbon or anything else, it's just a blended whiskey. That's the category. Blended whiskey has a really long, dirty history, right? So back when you couldn't sell whiskey to people because nobody wanted to drink brown spirits, what they used to do is blend the crap out of it to make it lighter. And so they would use like vodka and other grain neutral spirits to lighten the whiskey. And obviously it would change its flavor. And so initially when Buffalo Trace released this, a lot of people were speculating that maybe it was a mixture of Buffalo Trace whiskey with also like Wheatley vodka. Like because a blended whiskey allows you to put up, I think, to 49% of it can be a neutral grain spirit. And so that did not happen. That's not the truth. Okay. Buffalo Trace immediately came out and said, no, this is not grain neutral spirit. It's actually a blend of different whiskeys. And they didn't speculate or say what kind of whiskeys are in here. But I've since read a lot that say that maybe it's Canadian whiskey and also maybe some Barton. So I don't know if there's any BT technically in this, but that's what I've heard. I've heard Barton and Canadian whiskey.
Yeah, well, it's proudly blended and bottled at Buffalo Trace.
All right.
Not distilled.
Yeah. Blended and bottled.
Yeah.
They brought it in a tank.
Yeah, this is it is supposedly Barton and Canadian whiskey and possibly some Buffalo Trace stuff.
Possibly, okay.
But it's definitely got some Canadian whiskey in it and Barton from what I've been like not just reading on the internet, but like told by a few people.
Okay.
That are way more inside than I am.
Okay, and if anybody's confused about where would Canadian whiskey come from under Sazerac actually owns a lot of Canadian whiskey. The one that people know mostly is probably Caribou Crossing.
Mm-hmm.
But
and one that a lot of people don't know about, and I've still yet to taste, I've had 2 different people supposed to give me samples, and they haven't, is that Mr. Sam.
Oh, yeah, that's right, Mr.
It's
Sam.
like $1,100 to $1,300 blended whiskey that's supposed to be literally some of the best
Wait,
stuff
that's
each
a
year.
Saz product?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yes. Mr.
Dang,
Sam.
that's why it's worth so much because
Yeah.
it's Daddy Saz.
I haven't had it yet, though. Still haven't had it.
Yeah.
But
So one thing about this bottle that kind of, annoys me is that, for a while I've listened to Stapleton on and off.
Oh, we got a
Okay.
Stapleton fan
Oh,
at the table.
yeah, right.
There you go.
But I love and hate the song Tennessee Whiskey. I hate that the Kentucky boy is referencing a Tennessee whiskey for a song,
Yeah.
but I maybe kind of understand just lyrically why he did it.
We got double shots fired now. He's
Right.
coming out. It's coming out.
But now here we have a Kentucky. He's releasing a Kentucky whiskey
Right.
instead of a Tennessee whiskey.
It's as smooth as Traveler whiskey.
So you have any feelings on that?
I think it is pretty interesting, and I honestly think it's a miss. I kind of wonder, because he has a song called Tennessee Whiskey, if they took that into consideration. Also, perhaps maybe it's got something to do with the fact that Chris Stapleton, as we all know now, is apparently sober. He had a history with
He doesn't
Tennessee
drink.
whiskey?
drinking the sauce.
He doesn't
Getting on
drink.
the sauce, but he doesn't drink. So
But
now
it
he's got
comes
his
with his
name on a
bottle.
bottle of whiskey. So
Is this a Jackson's pick?
don't you dare. Eric and John are saints. Okay.
Sorry.
No, I'd
help
give a
it.
shout out for them. No. So anyway, I do think that maybe this, who knows why Buffalo Trace decided. I mean, Chris Stapleton's got upcoming star power. He's a hometown boy.
Yeah.
He's got a national following. So maybe they said, what the heck, we'll just take it. But it's a little odd. I mean, they use his album, they use his likeness. His name's on the bottle, but it's not like a Kentucky straight bourbon. It's a blended whiskey. So it's as smooth as Canadian whiskey, I guess. Right?
I think there's a 2-word summary for that.
Whoa, what is that?
Money grab.
Ooh, Kenny's going dark on that one.
We'll find out here shortly when we nose and then taste. But that's my initial thought on that is money grab.
Okay. Well, maybe it is. Maybe it isn't.
I mean, also the Tennessee whiskey was on the Traveler album, which is this named after.
Oh, really?
So that's kind of a double, like, rah-rah.
Uh-oh, that's not good. Exactly. I didn't realize that. Crazy.
Buffalo Trace wishes they could make stuff like Jack Daniel's Tennessee whiskey. But anyway, I'm sorry. What now? What did I say? Did I say that out loud? I was trying to think
Sidebar!
that.
You mean they
Coy
wish they could
Hill.
make it as Jim Beam,
Coy
not Tennessee
Hill.
whiskey.
There
Not
you
Jack
go.
Daniels.
There you go.
Well, boys, should we go for our first notes?
Yes, sir.
do it.
All right, straight off the nose.
What's singing to
Tell
you?
me I'm banana, Barton. Am I just being crazy?
Let me see here. I'm not getting as much pungent. I got to really swirl here to get the nose out of here, because it's not, the aromatics are not there as I'm used to. Got to pop it, right?
I just popped mine.
You popped
now,
it?
Yeah.
I get like maybe a little bit of banana, a little bit of vanilla.
After popping, not as much banana after popping though.
Yeah, I'd say.
I get it faintly. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's definitely not like a lot. I mean, it's a little bit ethanol-y for 90 proof.
a little bit.
But it's not really got a lot lot on.
No,
the
it is
nose.
not.
It's like very
Thin.
It's just there. It's
Yeah.
thin. Yeah, it's there. Yeah. Maybe it'll be smooth.
as Kentucky bourbon.
There you go. See, now you're getting in the spirit. So as we're nosing here, you talk about Chris Stapleton. To me, I'm not very well traveled, if you will.
Oh,
when it comes
Kenny.
when it comes to country music. But my wife actually likes Chris Stapleton, and she really likes the song Tennessee Whiskey. And so,
I heard Chris is part Greek.
oh, you did. So to me, the style that follow me on this, because this is a little bit weird, but Chris Stapleton reminds me, his vocal style reminds me of like a cross between jazz and like Eddie Vedder, because he like doesn't finish words, you know.
Kenny, he's traveled too far.
I don't listen to Stapleton much.
Yeah.
But the songs I've heard, I like it a lot. He's
Okay.
really, I like him.
Is it bad that I like it as like background music?
No, it's not
Like
bad.
when we hang
I
out
like
with
it.
friends, we like
Yeah.
throw it on,
Yeah.
and it's like good background music.
Yeah.
I like it. I mean, the stuff I've heard, I like.
No, it's good. I just thought it was interesting because his vocal style is very weird and very like different than
Though I like it because
most mainstream country
yeah.
music. That's all.
I mean, I like blues and like
very-
raw
It's kind
rock.
of like more
bluesy.
like
Right.
bluesy,
Yeah.
bluesy country.
So I like that.
Yeah.
That's the genre I like. So maybe that's probably why I'm drawn to him.
Well, there you go. If you heard on the Mashup podcast that I think that Eddie Vedder and Chris Stapleton share vocal characteristics, that's got to be right.
That's right.
It's got to.
Yeah.
So Kenny, let's go for our first taste.
Thank you, sir. I
Okay.
can't wait because I am so. I just like I said, my initial thought is he doesn't drink. It's Buffalo Trace. It's marketing. It's a money grab. So I can't wait to taste this and see if it's really good or not.
All right. Okay. It's very light and
Honey.
honey,
Okay. Not like sugar sweet, but honey sweet, right?
honey sweet, a little bit of vanilla. I've mentioned in the past that I am a Canadian whiskey drinker in a previous life and the current life, but the previous time period of my whiskey drinking with all the Greeks back in Warren, Ohio. Yeah, this finishes and tastes very Canadian to me. It doesn't share a lot of bourbon characteristic. It's bourbon for about half a second, and
whiskey?
then it's very. I know it's not bourbon, but I'm just saying it's very Canadian flavored to me. And you have to drink a lot of Canadian whiskey to know what Canadian whiskey tastes like. It's usually very vanilla forward. It's blended. You can add stuff to Canadian whiskey for all I know. So
Tastes watered down.
You can add
watered down.
If
Yeah.
it says whiskey, you can do whatever additives you want.
Right.
Hence, I mean.
And I'm not
that's
saying
why
this has
whiskey-
additives. Yeah.
I don't taste peach in it.
Yeah. Please don't
Crown
sue
Royal
us.
Peach.
Yeah, please
Shout
don't
out to
sue
the
us,
Crown Royal
Daddy,
Peach
Daddy
episode.
size. But yeah.
Oh, that's right. We did a Crown Royal Peach episode, didn't we?
That was the greatest episode ever on the
my God,
mashup
that was
history.
awful.
Crown Royal Peach. Go back and listen.
Boom.
Boom.
All right. So you all have tasted it.
Yep.
You said what you said. All
Yep.
right. Where you at, Steven? Kind of similar.
Yeah, it's thin. I don't know how much it offers. It tastes
Yeah.
like we'll call it like a Basil Hayden 80 proofer with ice in it.
Yeah.
Not much there. You got some flavor, but it drinks very easy.
Well, Kenny's got to be Kenny.
Uh-oh. What are
Wait,
doing
you can't
now?
you can't blind us. With
Kenny's
something.
got to be Kenny.
Oh, no.
Clean glass.
All right. I'm mad. Officially mad at you. Well, not mad at you. I really
How
want to
can
know what
you
you're going to blind
us with this?
Kenny's got to be Kenny.
So I'm just going to tell you guys the finish on the Traveler whiskey is not something I like. It's not something I would drink straight. Let's put it that way. I didn't think of any of the episodes that you'd pull out a blind on Traveler. So
No,
whatever that is going to be interesting because I'm sure you got a point. You always have a method to your madness on blinding.
Yep.
And I'm just happy to be along for the ride. So.
I think if we
Yep.
had a $9 bottle, he'd pour out a blind on us.
Yep.
You're as sweet as strawberry wine.
You have a nice voice.
Yeah, see, there you go.
I really do.
Practicing my Chris Stapleton over here. There you go.
This tastes thin as well.
I don't like either.
I hope Kenny's going for the value pour here
Yeah.
because I feel like $40 is a lot for this bottle.
Me
And
too.
So I'm hoping this is like a sub $20 bottle he's throwing on us. But I feel like it's not because it came from one of those special sample bottles.
Special dark sample bottles, dark liquids. This is not dark liquid though.
This is dark.
Interesting.
Okay, I think I like the Travelers a little bit more than what you poured me. I think the finish on it tastes better. Mm-hmm. So there's that.
Okay.
I think that I'm just going to go out. Can I guess what I think you poured us?
Sure.
Damn.
I think you may have poured Blanton's.
Okay.
And I think what you poured, and I hope I'm wrong, is something that's of the Buffalo Trace variety, like a regular Buffalo Trace bourbon. That's kind of what it's smacking like to me. And
It doesn't have a Blanton's bite though,
Yeah, but Blanton sometimes can be deceiving.
unless he has a pick.
I don't know. That's just my guess, and I hope I'm wrong about that. But I will say that I think whatever you poured us is actually bourbon. If it's not, then I was fooled. And even then, I'm going to go back to the Traveler now.
Don't tell me he picked something like $80 and like this is going to compete with it.
See, the Traveler's finish is just hitting the wrong way for me.
Well, I don't think there's anything offensive about it.
It's not offensive. I just don't like it.
Well, I don't know if I don't like it. I just, with it being a celebrity bottle, I see it as a gimmick.
Right.
But I don't think it's a poor drink.
Okay.
I think it's watered down, but I don't know if it's like, ugh.
Right.
So for me, I like the Traveler a little bit better than when I poured
Okay.
Okay.
the blind. So I'm agreeing with you all on that.
Okay.
But so just so I don't ruin pass, try, or buy,
Right.
would y'all want to pass, try, or buy this Traveler first, and then figure out what the blind pour was, or what do you want to do?
So I think that we should do the pass, try, Bly. I think we should do the pass, try.
Try Ed Bly.
Ed Bly. Okay.
10 minutes later.
It's hard to recover from.
No, everything's great.
Sorry. So yeah, I think we should do the pass, try, buy with without knowing what the sample is.
I think that's cool.
Yeah.
I think
All
it's
right.
cool to do that.
Yep.
So, gentlemen, would you pass, try, or buy on Chris Stapleton's Traveler's Whiskey Blend Number 40?
This is 40 plus tax, right?
It's $40 plus
Okay.
tax.
Gotcha.
So that'd be $45.80 in Kentucky. Is that right? No, $46.
No, 6% tax, dude. 6 times 4 is 24. It'd be like 42.40.
This is not the math hour.
42.40.
We're just reviewing the bottle, okay?
It's not $100, guys.
Yeah.
Wow, what a mess.
Communications professor, definitely not math
Gotta
professor.
get him out of here. Not the math guy.
Okay. Man, I wanted to hate on this really bad just because it's Buffalo Trace. I thought money grab, Chris Stapleton, big name. He doesn't drink. This is better than I thought it would be.
Okay.
But at $40, I'm going to go try. I wouldn't say pass because it's actually still, it's better than I thought it'd be. It's good. I'm not going to be a buy though, because I'm pretty sure if you blind this against some like a Heaven Hill Bottle and Bond white label that's half the price of this, I think it'd be better potentially.
Oh.
Snap.
Shots fired for a third time this episode.
Or Cooper's Craft 100 proof. That's $30, $32 to me crushes this. So I'm not a buy, but I'm definitely a try. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Definitely why not try it? And I think a lot of people that are new to bourbon,
Right.
they like cocktails. They like just lower proof stuff. They're a Basil Hayden drinker. They like some lower proof, tequilas or something. If they're trying to venture into the bourbon world, this is very smooth and vanilla and light that I think they might like it. So I would definitely give it a try.
Gosh, Kenny, you almost
Did I copy you?
I was going to say what you said, but I think you downgraded me based off your comments.
Uh-oh, I'm sorry.
Ooh.
So at $40, there's a whole host of the upper 20, low 30 range that I think is a great pour compared to $40. And he's over here saying about making cocktails a $40 bottle.
Right.
I don't know if I want to get down with that.
No, I'm saying people that like cocktails because they don't really like bourbon a lot.
Right.
This drink's so light and smooth and kind of sweet that this would be a good introduction to just straight bourbon for them.
I got you.
Because they don't want the harsher, heavier bourbon.
I got you. So now
You look really conflicted.
I am.
Yeah.
Because initially I was going to go try.
Yep.
But based off Kenny's comment, I almost downgraded to a pass.
Ooh.
So I think I'll stay at a try.
Okay.
I think I'll stay at a try.
So you guys are going to make me out to be the bad guy here. So this is based purely on my preference for bourbon whiskey
Yeah.
versus blended whiskey. So it's a little bit more nuanced, but I feel like on the mashup, we're all about tasting things neat. While there isn't anything offensive about this, I do think, and I'm just going to say it, and I'm going to stick by it, even if this ends up being a $60 bottle. I think $40 is too much for this bottle.
I agree.
I agree.
Yeah. And because of that, I'm probably going to be a pass. And here's why. I like it, but I don't like it enough that I would want to go out and spend $40 on it. I'd rather have...
That's the thing.
I'd rather have other pours in the price range. If I had to name what they were, I'd just go to the store and I'd look around. But I think, this is unfortunate to say this, but I think I'd rather have like a regular Buffalo Trace bottle at $25. Might rather have a Evan Williams white label. But that's because, wait a minute, because I prefer the taste of bourbon more so than the way this finishes, which to me finishes very much like what I used to do, which is drink Canadian whiskey.
Based on the price of this, I think at the bar you're probably $8 for a 1.5 ounce or something.
Okay, well,
$10.
here's the thing.
That's why I was a try, because I'm guessing it's $8 to $10 at a bar.
And I get that. I'm not. Both you guys being tries does not bother me one bit. I just think that on my shelf and in my life, I don't really have room for this.
And I can vibe off that, man.
Yeah.
And
And
But even at BT, you can put ice on that and get this
Right.
watered down-ish flavor.
Right. And this is why I can't wait to hear what Kenny's blind was, because I know you said, Kenny, that you thought that we were both, but I think I liked your blind just a little bit more than I liked the Traveler.
Okay, so you like the blind better than the Traveler.
Yeah, just a little bit.
I like the Traveler a little bit better than the blind.
I'm with Kenny on that.
Okay, yeah, you guys, I think we were opposite on that. You may have.
The only thing I can say this could be for what Kenny said about the craft drinker or the mixed drinker.
Yep.
Is that there is no even though we had a little ethanol in the nosing, there was not. I don't think there was any heat or anything. It was really light to drink.
Yeah.
So I think that could add value to someone.
Right.
For that reason. Especially if you're trying to get someone to drink dark water.
Yeah, this is a good intro to dark spirits. And you know what? My parents got me this bottle that we're tasting tonight. They went out to Buffalo Trace because they like to go around and do fun stuff like that. Like they're great. I mean, who else's parents go out and grab bottles on release day to just have fun? But they went out and grabbed this from Buffalo Trace, and they got to taste it because there was a little tasting bar, and they both said they liked it. My mom said, "Oh, I would absolutely drink that." My dad said he thought it was expensive for what it was.
Yeah.
But again, my dad has drank Canadian whiskey before.
I sat with your dad.
Yeah.
That's why I'm going to try them, not a buy.
Try. Hey, listen, nobody said buy. I think we're kind of decided on that. And, nobody said smooth like Tennessee whiskey. But they could. You could say it, right? You could.
So, Kenny, now that that's out of the way.
Yep.
So I'm a try. I'm a solid try.
No. What
You're
is
a
this?
try minus, maybe?
I think I'm probably
You're
try
between-
minus, but I think I might keep it at the try because that it's very easy to drink and there's really no like harshness in the end. So if you're, like Kenny said, if you're trying to get people to convert a little bit, maybe this might be a good bottle to dive into.
And I'm basically a try based on me guessing it's going to be about $10 to $12 max at a bar.
Right.
And I would have no problem with the $8 to $10 range.
Right.
Just
If
to
as long
try
as it's
something.
$8 to $10, I'm a try.
Yeah.
Right.
And I do give it the fact that most Canadian whiskey is 80 proof. This is 90 proof. So
Right. And it's not offensive. I mean, like I said,
an upgrade.
Like I said to you, it's not offensive. It drinks
Yeah.
well enough that that's why I'm probably a try on it.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, I want to know what that blind is now, dang it.
So the blind.
Uh-oh.
The blind
Moment of truth.
is regular plain Jane Buffalo Trace.
Woo! Sorry.
So
That was BT.
regular BT. So the reason why I was a try, not a buy, is if you were to find a Buffalo Trace store pick, which is still usually $25, $30,
Right.
I think it would crush this. This is plain Jane Buffalo Trace, not a store pick, and it was like really close.
That's what I've been drinking. I've been drinking a store pick BT at home.
Store pick BT is much
Yeah.
better than regular BT.
Yeah. Okay.
So store pick BT I think would be a lot better than this. And I think regular BT for me and Steven finished a little bit under this Traveler.
Right.
That's $15 cheaper though.
It's you're talking about a $25 versus a $40.
Yeah.
So that's why I wanted to blind you with that. Almost went the opposite route, like you guessed at Blanton. Almost went the opposite route to see how a Blanton stood up against this. But
Yeah.
I thought a regular Buffalo Trace would be a good marker, a good little.
No, I like
to
that.
see.
One thing I can say is I thought it was BT, so at least I got that much.
Oh yeah, no,
And
you have a really good blind palate.
yeah.
But that's why I wanted to do that because that was a $25 plain Jane bottle against this $40 one, and it was really, really, really close.
It was. And I think it kind of also rounds it out for me because I was saying that I know that I prefer the taste of bourbon more, and I think that that's the only edge I give to the BT is it just has more of a bourbon flavor
Yeah.
than this, signifying that there's definitely other stuff in here. Maybe rye, maybe bourbon, maybe Canadian whiskey. Who knows?
Yeah, I haven't heard I heard potentially some rye.
Really?
Might be, I don't know if it's
Like
in there or not.
7 different. I heard
But definitely
7
Canadian whiskey, definitely
Yeah.
some Barton juice, maybe Buffalo Trace, and I heard possibly some rye in there.
Dang. Maybe there's some Elmer T. Lee in here too.
Well, it is smooth and vanilla.
Smooth
I heard there's
vanilla.
some Pappy 23 in there as well.
Oh, is there? You got a lemon wedge for that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Squeeze that lemon in there. Another great offering from Daddy Says.
And with that, thanks for listening to this week's edition. Please like and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at The Mashup KY.
Don't forget to visit our partner, bourbonoutfitter.com. Enter code The Mashup for a special discount.
Also, let us know your thoughts on this bottle in the comment section. Until next time, keep it.